make it a 5-point game with just over 2 minutes to go. Wondered what you saw from that point on both sides of the floor as you guys weren't able to close it out.
Just feel like we didn't get stops like we needed to, obviously. I feel like we could use our advantage a little more, attack the basket, use that to our advantage, but we got some good looks, to close the game, but wasn't good enough.
Russ, in the moment, what level of clarity did you have about what happened in the final 40 seconds in terms of the reviews? What could be reviewed?
I wasn't even paying no mind to it. Whatever call was going to be called, that was going to be that.
As a player, when it drags on 7-8 minutes, something like it did tonight, what's that like? Obviously, it's pretty unique in that situation.
Just like what I just said, I just chill and wait till they make the call and then get ready to play.
Russ, sort of in the grander scheme, is there anything about the team tonight that you saw that, you guys have talked about kind of building momentum out of All-Star break. Was there evidence of that from the team tonight or parts of the game that worked?
A little bit, little parts of it, but I think we could have done a lot better throughout the game. But not good enough tonight, especially a team we're trying to catch and close the gap on. So got to be better.
Russ, not to belabor this, I'm just trying to get a sense of how many of you guys had experienced a situation like that where the one play you assume is being challenged, the Covington being out of bounds, but then they can go further back in the sequence to whether LeBron was involved. Is that something that's new to you? Have you experienced something like that?
I don't know. I don't know the rules. They obviously know the rules that they can do it or do it not. So I'm not really sure what the rules are. But nothing never seemed to surprise me. So.
Russ, just to be clear, you said that you thought maybe you guys offensively would have been better if you'd gotten downhill a little bit more. Was that their defensive taking away? Was it settling for jump shots? What kind of stopped you guys from executing that?
I don't know. I look at the film and see, but I know that we were pretty good attacking and getting down to the basket, regardless of what defense they were in. So that's just from my perspective what I thought we should have done to close the game or find ways. But we did get some good looks on the perimeter as well. But.
Hey, Russ, the past few seasons after the All-Star break, you've tended to go on a pretty strong surge to close out the season. What do you think accounts for that, and what's the key to have that this time around?
Yeah, just conditioning my mind and body to make sure that I finish the year and, people like to call it second half, but, the last half of the season, I would say, just trying to make sure that I'm body and things are moving in the right direction. Most importantly, winning games as a team, and that's kind of my mentality.
First time I'm seeing you.
Melo, can you just take us through the final minute and all the waiting and then finally get back on the court and then, of course, what you were looking for in that last possession?
Let's see. We kind of started with that Cole, the challenge. I honestly don't know what happened on that, what made them change it. And then from there, it was just a matter of us trying to figure it out. I think we was up 1. Some seconds left down the stretch. Drew up our play, ran the play. Brown had the ball at left wing, left pro lane. Clippers did a good job of sending 2-3 guys out and getting it out of his hands at that time. It was just a matter of just getting a look at the basket at that point.
Did you expect the Clippers were going to double, and then was there some secondary action you guys were looking to?
No, we kind of had a feeling. T. Lue was not going to let LeBron play one-on-one like that at the end of the game. But at that point, it was just a scramble. They scrambled, and then we was trying to scramble at the same time. So.
Melo, how did your game develop? Obviously, it seemed like you were trying to get a rhythm in the first quarter, and then you found it maybe in the third. How did your night go, and what were you kind of feeling as you were taking the last shot that you took?
The last shot, or you asked me about
Your last shot.
Oh, I was just trying to get a look, trying to get a good look. At that point, it was just a scramble. I don't know how much time it was at that point. I think I still had probably 2 seconds or something like that. But it was just a matter of just getting a good look. I shot it short. My legs wasn't underneath for me, but I missed it. You know, it is what it is. I'll take that same shot any night. Tonight it was just that moment where my legs wasn't underneath of me on that particular shot. But overall, I felt like I was getting my legs back, getting my rhythm back. As the game went on. First quarter was just seeing where I was at. Trying to see where I was at physically, what I can do, what was my limitations out there. But as the game went on, it was just a matter of me getting right back in pocket out there.
Melo, do you feel like over the course of the season, this team has played a version of this game a lot of different times? Fall behind, double figures, come back, push ahead in the fourth, and then come up short. It feels like that. I don't know if I want to say pattern, but like it does feel like we've seen versions of that before this season. Did it feel that way to you? And what does this team have to do to fix kind of the end part of that?
Well, I mean, if you look back at a couple games last week, the Utah game, we was down, came back, and we pulled that one out. Tonight, we was down, came back, had the lead. And Coffee made a free throw, put him up one or something like that, and we wind up losing this game. So it happens, man. It's not something that I can pinpoint as far as why we lose those games, the close games. And then on the other hand, we win sometimes in a close game.
Are you more concerned with the final minute, I guess, with execution stuff for the last couple minutes, or is it the stuff that went into you guys falling down?
Yeah, I don't think it comes down to the last 30 seconds or the last minute or the shot that I even took. I mean, if I make the shot, we win the game. We're sitting here talking about something different. I mean, we dug ourselves a hole. We had to fight back, off the break. After a long break, you got to fight your way back out of a hole, down 15, down 16. That takes a lot out, especially early. But we crawled our way back. We had a chance to win the game. We had the game in our hands with a minute and some change to go. And this is a game we're supposed to win.
Yeah, Melo, just along those lines, you said the game you're supposed to win. It's kind of a math equation at this point in terms of where you guys are going to end up. And, trying to catch the Clippers, maybe get out of the play-in. Just what's the level of frustration to have a game like this that you felt like you were supposed to win? Maybe at one point felt like you certainly had it under control, and then to see it be an L at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like talking about the level of frustration. Yes, we want to win. We wanted to win. We should have won, but we sit here and after every game, after every loss, we sit here and say, what's the level of frustration? Then, we shooting ourselves in the foot. It happened tonight. Was a game, like I said, we were supposed to win. We had it in our hands. And we go home and regroup. Tomorrow we get back in the gym, practice, and look at film and see what happened. I don't want. There's no level of frustration, maybe, but we don't see it. I don't see it. We don't feel it. Because we know who we are. We know our potential.
Melo, you guys had that dominant third quarter where you outscored them 31-15. What did you see in that quarter that worked so well? And do you think there's anything you can take from that moving forward?
Our energy was different than in that second half than it was in the first half. We was active. We was a lot more active. We were talking. We were communicating. We were scrambling. And it felt like we found the rhythm out there in that second half. And defensively, I thought we did a great job in that third quarter coming out. Stopping them. We started to make shots in that third quarter, shots that we was missing in the first half. It was a tale of two halves, and our second half tonight was much better than our first half.